Hello and welcome. This is ALine Mass, and today's episode's podcast is we're going to talk about Repzion's retirement or Repzion quitting YouTube. He hasn't retired just yet. He's still making YouTube videos. He just published one just right now, and I just want to put in my thoughts about Repzion. So, if anyone who doesn't know who Repzion is, he is a YouTuber that started in 2008 as a Christian YouTuber. As far as we all know, he's no longer a YouTuber. The only reason why I say as far as we know is because in case anyone who doesn't know who Repzion is, I will give you like a little background story. So again, Repzion is a guy, for a YouTuber, started in 2008 as a Christian YouTuber. He's homeschooled. So he tried to spread the word of God, but I guess somewhere down the line, he is no longer a God believer. He doesn't believe there is a God, therefore he is now an atheist. Do I consider him as a bad person for being an atheist? No. As a God believer myself, I don't really see atheist people as bad people. It's just like, hey, you know what? If you're a good person, I say run your life. Do whatever it is. As long as you're not hurting anyone, or I should say any animal, then I say you're still a good person. Whether you're a Christian, Mormon, Catholic, atheist, Judaism, basically whatever religion you are in, as long as you're not hurting anyone or any animal, I consider you as a good person no matter what. So yeah. Um, so another, so one of the things that he has discussed about is he has been taking classes. I'll be honest, I completely forgot what kind of classes he's been taking. I think he said into construction or welding, electrician. I'll be honest, I completely forgot. But he said that's always been like, one of his life goals is to be in the construction workforce. And he has been taking classes. He doesn't consider YouTube as a job because, I mean, he discussed it before. Like, he doesn't really consider you being a YouTuber as a job because I will admit, like, if I ever became one of those, popular YouTubers that's, making a lot of money, I get a lot of subscribers, fans, blah, 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 blah. I said this before in my podcast, I wouldn't really quit my day job. Even if I'm making a lot of money from being YouTube, to me, being a YouTuber, it's like instead of having one boss, you could have possibly having thousand millions of bosses, and you got to somehow provide entertainment to like all these people. And if you don't provide enough entertainment, then you got to move on. You got to like move on. They're going to move on, go to other people who are going to provide the things that they want or the things they need. So that's probably what's also going through his mind. It's like, this is like considered more of a hobby than it is a job. So one of the things I wanted to talk about was, I'm sorry for that pause. I just got like a lot through my mind because, to be honest, one of the things that led me Repzion to his channel was, as some of you guys may know, I mean, I don't really want to like say his name. I already said his name actually, but he is considered to be known as Onion Boy. If you know who I'm talking about, you know who I'm talking about. But yeah, he made plenty of videos on Onion Boy, and that's what led me to him. He found all these clips, he found all these videos, evidence of how much of a bad person he is. And to be honest, he's the one that like actually opened my eyes who he really is, because I'll admit I was a fan of Onion Boy. I used to like his videos, I used to be a fan of his videos, but I am no longer a fan. And the reason why I was a fan of Onion Boy in the first place is because, he would make videos that says like 10 things I hate about this, 10 things I hate about politics, 10 things I hate about homophobes, videos that like, talks about ignorant people. And to me, I thought Onion Boy was like, an exception to all people. We should all just accept people for who they are and what they want to be. And I find that, that should how things go. But, people just are not like that. People just want to be ignorant. They want to be closed minded. no matter what, people just don't really want to open their minds. But then Repzion actually tells and shows things that Onion Boy have done, things that he is just, I didn't really know how bad Onion Boy really was until Repzion actually showed me all the horrible things that he's done. It's like, God damn, like, dude, how have you gone away with all this stuff and yet you still have a platform on YouTube? It just doesn't really make sense. And I'm not gonna lie, there is there was at one point of time I thought those two were just working together. Now, some of you may find this funny because, as you know, they hate each other. They want to take away his platforms away. But the reason why I say I thought that they were working together is because, first of all, like they live in the same state, so it's not like one person lives on one side of America or one person lives a different state. It's like no, they both live in Washington, so it's like yeah, on camera or on video, whatever you want to call it, they're hating each other. But once those cameras are off, I feel like at some point they meet up. Now I'm not saying this is true. I'm not saying they do this because I have no evidence or proof that they do this. But it has shown before that Onision has done that before. Not exactly done it before, but I guess he has reached out to other YouTubers and he like asked them like, "Hey, we should team up and be like, oh, I hate you. Well, I hate you. And, we're going to get a lot of followers. We're going to get like a lot of fans, subscribers and all that, and it's a tactic that does work. Like, when you get people fighting each other, whether it's drama, fist or anything, people are going to find that entertaining. So obviously they're going to want to follow it up. They're going to continue. And how are they going to follow up and continue what's going on between these people? They're going to subscribe. They're going to continue watching their videos. They're going to keep going of all this stuff. And it kind of made me think, what if that's what these two are doing? Again, the only reason why I subscribe to Repzion and watch his videos was because of his Onision or Onion Boys. Well, I already said his name, so it's whatever. But Onion Boy's been known to take his videos down, or he will take your video down if you talk ill about him, and therefore that's what I'm trying to avoid. I mean, I'm not gonna think he's gonna know me, he's gonna notice this, but it's like, hey, I'd rather not take the risk. So yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I do know that I don't think they're working together. I don't think they're helping each other. I genuinely believe that Repzion does hate Onion Boy. I mean, I don't know if he ever said he hated him, but I know that he does dislike him. And I watched his goodbye video, goodbye to YouTube and all that stuff. Ooh. And one of the things that he mentioned is that he feels that being a big YouTuber has more negatives than positives. I mean, yeah, that is true. A lot of people will. That's the one thing like I notice about being a YouTuber, or actually not only as a YouTuber but also as a Twitch streamer, YouTuber, anything that you're trying to get your name out there. Hell, even celebrities, that does movies such as I'm trying to figure out what was his name again. The kid who played as Spider-Man, like the new one right now. But like, yeah, for example, like people hated him as Spider-Man, and I'll admit I was one of the few people who actually hated him playing as Spider-Man because I thought he was like way too young. He was like way too much of a kid. But it's like, hey, that's what Spider-Man is. He is a kid. And I did see this one video how he was getting booed at, and it was like Jesus, and like the things that these people were saying to him, it was like, damn man. I mean, I get that you guys don't like him, and I'm one of them. But it's like, geez, he's just a kid. Like, lay off. So again, being a Twitch streamer or being a YouTuber, it does have some negatives. You're gonna get some people who's just trolling on you. They're gonna say how much your video sucks. They're gonna like somehow, some way get under your skin. And if you ever decide to become a Twitch streamer, YouTuber, or any sort of way that's you becoming an influencer, you gotta build a thick layer of skin because you're just gonna get people who's gonna try to talk down at you. So that's what I understand when he says there's more negatives than there are positives. It just depends if you have a thick layer of skin and if you could just fight through those people. That's all you gotta really do. And he, like, for example, he made a video with his mom and people were making fun of her and people were saying stuff like how messed up her teeth is, and they were just like, being really, like, really negative, like, towards his mom. And one of the things and his mom did say, like, hey, look, you got like all these people making fun of me. I don't like it. Can you please take the video down? And what was his response? His response was to deal with it. He told his own mom to deal with it. And that's like a lack of empathy. He admitted that that was wrong of him, which, I'm happy that he found that, he admitted that what he did was wrong or what he said was wrong. So that was like another side effect about being a YouTuber is like, if you get other people involved and then those, like I said, those followers, fans, or people on the internet that are going to make fun of that person, and then that person's going to feel bad. Now, you have basically like two choices. Like, if they tell you, like, hey, look, I got like all these people making fun of me, can you please just delete that video? You basically have to make the decision of, can I delete this video? Or should I just tell them to, hey, you know what, just deal with it. It will pass. And basically shows that you have no empathy for that person. I mean, it is a sad world that we live in that, even making content is like a negative thing. Like, somehow you just got to build that thick layer of skin. And another thing that he mentioned is he no longer feels happy making content. I mean, if I were to be honest, I'm like uploading videos on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and I could barely even get anyone to like my videos. I could barely get anyone to like my videos on Twitch, or I mean on TikTok. I could barely get anyone to watch my videos on YouTube. And sometimes I'm just like, what is the point of me doing these things? Like, I'm working hard, I'm trying my best to, to provide entertainment, but nobody doesn't want to like do or watch my videos. And every time I get that mindset, I also tell myself, hey, you know what? Just keep working at it, somehow, some way, just keep at it. Maybe you'll be big, maybe not. But above all, I've considered it as a hobby as well. Like, like I said before, even if I make it big somehow, some way, I still wouldn't quit my job because I'm not going to be posting video like every week, every day, every month. Like, I see how like, other YouTubers, they post like one video every week, every day, every month. And there will be times, in 1 month, I'll be posting videos almost every single day or every weekend. And then all of a sudden, I'll just completely stop. Don't even post another video till like next year. And I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I can post videos after video. So that's why I consider, being a TikToker, Twitch streamer, or a YouTuber. I consider all those things as hobbies. Something that's like, hey, you know what? I'm in the mood of making a video. For God's sake, like, how long ago was Repzion's video? Like almost a month ago already. And I'm barely even making this one. I've been thinking about making this one, but I didn't really have the motive. I didn't really have the confidence. Well, I really shouldn't really say confidence, but basically I didn't have the motivation of making this video, and now I do, because I want to just give you guys my thoughts about his retirement. And I understand, like, you know, he no longer feels happy making content. Also feels that being a big YouTuber means there are no privacy or secrecy, which is true. He no longer feels safe or like, when I say he doesn't feel there's no safety or security, meaning, like, I mean, we've seen this before. People know where these YouTubers live. Like, for example, I forgot where I saw it. Most likely I saw it on TikTok, but there was this mother who had a couple kids that were fans of this one YouTuber, and somehow I'm not even sure how people even do this. Like, I seriously don't know how people know how to do this, but somehow the mother found out where this YouTuber lives, and she went up to her kids and say, like, "Hey, I know where this guy lives. Do you guys want to go see him?" And they're like, "Yeah, yeah." And obviously, you know, if I remember correctly, these kids were like little kids. Like, I want to say they were probably like 10 or 11 years old. Like, yeah, they were pretty much kids. So they were like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." So they go to the YouTuber's house, and I guess he was either in the middle of making a video, or I should say, he was in the middle of filming a video, or you know, he was editing a video. So they went to his house, knocked on the door, and he was like, "Hey guys, look, right now I'm in the middle." And that's what he pretty much means, is that when you become so big, somehow, some way, people are going to want to know, where are you at? Where do you live? And they're going to try to, you know, stalk you pretty much. And literally, it just takes like almost any video or any picture to show where you are at. I mean, for example, I saw this one on TikTok. There was this YouTuber. He posted and I have no idea how they do this. I don't know how people can do this. So there was this YouTuber, you know, he posing a picture saying like, "Oh, I'm in my new place. I'm in my new home." And he posted a picture of him like standing in his kitchen. And somehow people found that picture. I mean, obviously, you know, he posted on his social media, but they looked at that picture and they're like, "Oh, I know where that kitchen is. It's in these apartments. It's in this house." And boom, all of a sudden, there he is. They got all of his information, and they got the exact same address of where he lives. Again, I don't even know how people do that. Like, I don't understand why people just stalk. And it's like, dude, just give this guy a little privacy. But I guess being a YouTuber is like the same as being a celebrity, and people are going to want to find where you are, and they're going to find out everything. And it's not just the YouTuber themselves. They will also try to find info about your family, such as your mom, dad, sister, brother, cousin, you know, whoever that they know they're related to. They're going to somehow find evidence, or not evidence, and they're going to find out where they even live. Which is like, it's crazy how it's to me, it's just insane. Like, I can't believe how far people are willing to go just to like stalk these people. Even if it's not just them, it's also the parents or the brother or sister, you know, just anyone in general. It's just like, there's even been times where I'm thinking of quitting because I don't want this to happen to me. But I highly doubt it will happen to me. But you know, you never know. Another thing that Repzion has talked about was he feels that he's been disconnected from the real world. I mean, we've seen it before. For example, the Paul brothers. I feel like they're disconnected from the real world because of the things they posted and the things they've been through and the things that they're going through right now. It's like, you know, it seems like they're living in a fantasy world. They seem like untouchable, even though they've been breaking so many rules and stuff. And I wonder if that's what it is. It's like, how am I thinking, you know, when you become a big YouTuber, you can't really go out in public that much because, you know, obviously people are going to want to stop you and all that stuff. And I feel like, if you're not going out and you're mostly staying indoors, avoiding from the real world, yeah, obviously you are going to be disconnected from the real world. And that's just bad because you need to be outside all the time. Well, I shouldn't really say outside all the time, but like, it's a little hard for me to explain this. Like, I get like where he's coming from. I get why, you know, like I get why he doesn't want to be a YouTuber anymore. And he hasn't really set up a date of when he's going to stop. Obviously, he's still posting more videos. He said he is going to stop in 2024, but he's not 100% sure yet. And he's also thinking that he's going to sell his YouTube channel because right now his YouTube channel is making over $70,000 a year just from sponsorships itself. So if that's coming from his sponsorship, imagine you know, how much his actual videos are worth right now. But, he's still making YouTube videos. He still hasn't made an announcement of when he's going to stop exactly. He just wants to move on with his life. And I get that. And, Repzion's a really great guy. I truly think he's amazing. He did say that his gaming channel still will be up, but not really too much. So he probably, his Twitch channel is still going to be, he's still going to be streaming on his Twitch channel, but probably not as much, which I understand. Again, I have a Twitch channel, but, I'll be playing games like every single day for hours. But if you were to go to my Twitch channel, you'd be like, wait, if you play games for hours, why is there only like 30 minutes or an hour review gaming? And I'm just like, well, to be honest, I don't game like 24/7. I'll game for like 30 minutes and then I'll be like, okay, I want to take a break. And then I'll get back on it, on and on and on and off. And if I feel like it's going to be longer than 30 minutes, that's when, I'll be like, all right, it's time for me to go live on Twitch. But, I just want to say, I am disappointed that Repzion is leaving YouTube. I'm disappointed that, he's retiring. But it is understandable that, he no longer wants to do this and he just wants to move on with his life. He wants to start a new life. He wants to move forward with his life. And for that, I just got to say, like, I'm happy for him. I hope he finds the happiness that he deserves. And I just want to thank him for all the information he has provided. I also want to say thank you for the entertainment. And I hope to one day to be as big as you. And you are one of my inspiration of becoming a YouTuber. So without further ado, I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast and I look forward to make another one or to make more content for you guys on my YouTube channel, which is ALine Mask Production. That is my YouTube channel. So if you want to check out other videos, other podcasts I have done with other TikTokers, all my other ones are going to be on here, but it's also going to be on my YouTube channel. Again, it is ALine Mask Production. Until next time, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day.